really cold. Wow, everything is gone. Like everything. Look at this. Alrighty. So this video is going to kind of be a vlog per se of what my experience was kind of for the Hurricane Maria. I know I did one of these for Irma, and I wasn't really expecting to do one of these for another hurricane. I really didn't want to because I didn't want to go through another one. The Hurricane Maria was a Category 5 or like a high 4 or something like that. I don't know. It was very strong. It was a hurricane that came and swept over exactly where I was. The eye came over where I was and completely destroyed everywhere that I was living. When it all started, first of all, I came upstairs. I lived downstairs at an apartment, kind of, not really an apartment. It's like a double-decker house, and one house is downstairs and one house is upstairs. I came upstairs to a family friend, so that wasn't downstairs and the water wouldn't come in and stuff like that. I came upstairs to sleep and kind of stay here for a couple days so that the water wouldn't affect me. So the night before the hurricane happened, I was able to get footage of the lights completely going out. The light just went out. Now it's not as dark. Whoa! There's all the light. Alright. Well, it's sleeping time. After the light had went out, we all sort of went to sleep, and it wasn't until about 12 or 1 in the morning that the wind started to pick up, and I couldn't really sleep after that. The wind was so powerful, it was just near impossible to sleep. It was so insanely loud. The water hitting the windows, it was crazy. It was very powerful. After about an hour, I tried to get a little bit more sleep for another hour or 2 hours or so. And then I was woken up by a shock because people were screaming, and I had found out that the lady next door's roof had completely ripped off of her house. Yep, and there's the house without a roof anymore. And her roof caved in, causing it to flood, which is terrible. And then after that, I kind of stepped outside to get some footage of the wind and the rain and stuff happening. And I went to go look over the balcony, and I had noticed that our 1 foot little creek that's in the back of our house had turned into a 6 foot, like, fast flowing river. See, the winds are blowing insanely hard. There's the house. And this little river, ooh, cold. This little river right there, that used to be this little, like, 2 foot, maybe a foot little river, and now it's turned into like a 10 foot flowing crazy river. And then I had to go inside because the wind was just too intense that I could barely stand up. So I came in and I ate lunch. I made like a sandwich or something, I'm not really sure. And I looked out the window and I could see that the streets were already flooding, like really deep. And I had seen that trees were falling onto the street, telephone poles falling onto the street. It was terrible. All the cables were just laying everywhere. Power lines down, the whole power pole is completely falling down and blocking the road over there. And the winds are just insane. So after I ate lunch, I went downstairs to where I usually live, and we went to go see what the damage was kind of down there. And when we walked in, first of all, the window was almost blown inside of the house. It had ripped off of its hinges and was almost completely inside our house and completely almost blown in. I had to stand there with 2 other people and hold the window for about 2.5 hours. So that the wind would not push it in. Not even noticing that I was standing in about 3 to 4 inches of water. And that was just a complete shock. All my furniture, my bed, my couches and stuff like that, they all got soaked. Everything that was on the ground was soaked. Then we went back upstairs because we couldn't really do much, really, with the wind so powerful and it raining so hard. It was just dangerous really to be outside because you could literally be hit by a tree or something like that. So we came back up and we hung out for a little bit and we went to sleep. It was really difficult to sleep. Just like the first night, I was waking up about every hour or so because the wind was just so crazy. But the next day, we went to see the destruction and all the damage that had been done. And we went to the lady's house whose roof got ripped off, and the damage inside her house was so insane. There was nothing that could be saved. They told us that there was water about 4.5 feet tall, that everything was floating. The roof, like I said, had caved in, causing a bunch of water, so there was really nothing that could be saved. Then, after we helped her get everything really that she wanted, we walked down the street, and I noticed that a telephone pole had fallen over onto someone's house. That's the telephone pole that fell onto someone's house. It split in two. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but it split in two, and the wires are just everywhere. We walked further down the street to go see if there was anyone else that we could help, and this was at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and there were already people outside already helping each other and trying to clear the street. And we saw that people were already like cutting trees that were stuck in the middle of the road to clear the street so that people could drive. Even though where we were, there's about 3 exits really to get out of the neighborhood that I'm in, and all 3 of them were completely blocked. 2 of them were blocked by trees and telephone poles and wires that had fallen, and then another one was blocked by a landslide that had covered the entire street, along with miscellaneous trees and wires as well. Oh, and also there was like the back of like an 18-wheeler, what they haul and stuff like that. There was one of those that was up on the side of the road, and it had been pushed by the wind off and down a hill and into someone else's backyard. That right there, I don't know if you can see that, but that huge like crate, metal crate, used to be exactly right here where I'm standing, and at like 3 o'clock in the morning the wind pushed it over there. That is some powerful wind. After we had helped out most of the people who were like in our neighborhood clear out some of their debris, that we went over to one of my friends' family members' houses because his house had been flooded, and the roof off of his porch had blown off and into his backyard. So we were helping him clear the metal that was in his backyard and get out the water that had flooded his house. After we had helped him, we came back and we were cooking dinner, and I was like how crazy it was if you can go one day being such clear skies and the next day just completely destroying everything. These people, the last hurricane that had been this bad to this island was about 40 or 50 years ago. I'm not sure what the name was really, but it had done the similar destruction to what had happened here. And people were saying that, I think it was Hurricane George, they were saying that in that hurricane that electricity had been out for about 3 to 4 months, and that water was gone for about a month. And they're estimating that the power be out here for almost a year. Imagine being without electricity for a year. No plugging your phone to charge, no connections with the outside world, so you can't really talk to anyone. And they're estimating that the water be gone for about a month, if not 2, or longer. And that is just awful. Not only being without electricity, but no water, that's no showers. People will have to find another means of showering, whether it be rivers or rain when it rains here. And that's just insane. Some of the people literally have nothing now. Their houses are completely destroyed, and all of their possessions that they had, clothes, anything, are just completely gone. And that's just terrible. It's just an awful thing that happened here. So that's pretty much my experience through this whole hurricane, and like kind of what I did during this time. I know this wasn't the most exciting vlog. I don't really have much, and I'm not really sure when this video is going to go up because I'm not going to have electricity for a long time, so I might have to go sit in Walmart for a while and try and have it upload. So thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.